point is, during this test of algebra, I have seen you are confused with identities of squares and square root. So today I will be discussing about the identities. After that, if there is any doubt, you can ask me, and tomorrow we will be solving some questions with related to squares and square root, that is using division method, long division method. Today we are using identities and we are solving. The first sum here, if it is asked, find the square root of the following using, today we are working with this squares, clear? Tomorrow we will work with the square root using identities. The first one, if it is 29, how to get the square of this 29 using identities? This 29 could be written as 30 minus 1. I can write or not? So square of 29 is equal to 29 square. So instead of writing this 29 square, I can write it 30 minus 1 square. The value is same, but now it is in the term of a minus b whole square. The formula is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now 30 square, 30 3s are 9, 3 3s are 90, then 2 zeros, 32s are 60 plus 1 or 901 minus 60. This gives you 841. So this is the square of 29. Now if you have to find the square of 1001, this is the first identity we have used. Second, if you have to find the square of 1001. Dear, do not forget this, all the terms are related. This, all the algebraic expressions, all the squares are based on those formula only. You have learned in the earlier classes. So those formula you have to use it here. Now this 1001 could be written as 1000 plus 1. So the square of 1001, we can write it 1000 plus 1 whole square. Now it is in the term of a plus b whole square. What is the formula of a plus b whole square? A square, so 1000 square plus 2ab, so 2 into 1000 into 1 plus b square, so 1 square we can write, or 1000 square means 1, then 6 zeros it will be, plus 2000 plus 1. Now just add it up. So this would be the square of 1001. This is the first identity we have used. Second is lattice method. Now in this lattice method, find the square of number using lattice method. Square using lattice method. Just example 45 square or 245 square. So what we are going to write? Square of 245 is equal to 245 whole square. Now here we are going to make box which has 3 vertical column that represents 245. Sorry, 3 horizontal column that represents 245 and 3 vertical column that also represents 2, 4 and 5. Is it? Now what we have to do? We have to divide this boxes in half. Now next what we have to do? We have to multiply 5 5s are 25, so 2 will be written on the upper column and 5 would be written on down column. 5 4s are 20, so 2 is in upper column, 0 is in down column, and 5 2s are 10, so 1 is in upper column, 0 is in down column. Clear? Now 4 5s are 20, again 2 up, 0 down, 4 4s are 16, 1 and 6, 4 2s are 8, 0 and 8. 2 5s are 10, 1 up, 0 down, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4. Clear? Now what we have to do? We have to add this number which belongs to same columns. Is it? Now this is 5, 2 plus 0 plus 0, 2, 6 plus 2 plus 8 plus 2, 10. So 10's 0 will be here, 1 will come here. Here you add 1 plus 8, 9 plus 1, 10 plus 8, 18 plus 1, 19 and plus 1, this is 1 plus 19. So we'll write 20 is 0 here, then 2 will come here, 4 plus 2, 6, there is 0, nothing. So what we can write it? 245 square is 6 0 0 2 5. Is it? This will be the square of 245. This is called lattice method. Then you had a square minus b square. If it is given, you have to get the difference between the squares of two numbers. In that column, what we do? We use the formula of a plus b into a minus b. As example, we will see, just first you write this lattice method. The next we have if it is evaluate (70 square minus 60 square). So this is in the term of a square minus b square. We know now what do we know? We know a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. Now it is in the term of a square minus b square. So we can use this formula. So we can write it. So 70 square minus 60 square is equal to 70 plus 60 and into 70 minus 60. So this gives you 130 into 10, or this gives you 1300. This is the evaluation of this. The next we have to find a smallest square number which is exactly divisible by some given numbers. This example, find a perfect square, smallest perfect square number divisible by 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Smallest perfect square number, perfect square exactly divisible by 2, 3, 4 and 5. So first of all we'll get the LCM of 2, 3 of 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we'll just get the LCM, see what does it gives. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 5 is not divisible. So it gives you 2 into 3 into 2 into 5. This is 60. We got, is 60 a perfect square number? We'll get the prime factors of 60. Is it? 2 30s are, or we don't get, if we don't get, these are the prime factors only. Now what? 60 is not perfect square number because 2 is pair, 3 is unpaired and 5 is unpaired. So what I need to make 60 as a perfect square? I need one more 3 and one more 5. So you can write, to make 60 as a perfect square, we need 3 into 5. So the perfect square number would be 60 into 15. 900 is a perfect square number which is exactly divisible by 2, 3, 4 and 5. Is it? Then if the difference is 2, when we have to find the square of a number whose difference is 2, this is done, then just only we can use now, if the difference between the square of consecutive number 67, 66 is the difference between a consecutive square. So in this case what we do, just we add the number. It gives you 133 because when we subtract it gives you 1 only, na? So 133 into 1 is 133. So we just skip it. We just add the number, the difference to find difference between the square of consecutive numbers. Consecutive numbers. Just we add the number, we get the answer, okay? If the difference is 2, this is for consecutive square numbers. And if the difference is 2 between two numbers, if the difference is 2, just as example, and if the difference is 2, example, if it is 201 square minus 199 square. Now 201 minus 199, the difference is 2. In this case, what we do? We write 2 and add the sum of these two numbers. This gives you 2 into 400, or answer would be 800. This is the formula. This is the property. This is the identities we use when we have to solve this multiple choice questions. So you should know this all. You should work on this all. So you should not be having any confusion while solving the sums. Till then, next day we will be solving about questions about square root. Till then, keep practicing it, and if there is any doubt, you can ask me in a comment box. Thank you.